Hey folks, Kilt-Man here, Kilt-Man at your services. How are you all? Hope you're all doing very, very well. Yes, I'm up here again. I'm in the naughty corner, like a big tartan spider. I'm web developing. That's what I'm doing. Now, I'm up here with a good vantage point because we're going to look down upon the trailer for the forthcoming Renfield. Renfield, you say? Yes, I do say. Oh, and I say cheers as well. One of my movies on the anticipated list for 2023, and this, I didn't know too much about this movie going into it. I knew it was a Renfield story. Renfield being, the servant of Dracula throughout many, many movies, and obviously Bram Stoker's original novel. And he's the lackey. He's the flying spider-eating maniac. But he also has a bit of a conscience as well. Now, all I really knew about this movie before seeing the trailer was that Nicholas Hoult was playing Renfield. The other great Nick, of course, Nicolas Cage, was playing Dracula. And it was told from Renfield's point of view. And the idea, the premise, was that Renfield wants a way out of looking after Dracula all the time, giving him victims and just doing his bidding, and just saw life outside and wanted to try and embrace that. I didn't even know what time period it was set in. That's how little research I'd done on it. So when the trailer broke and it was modern day New Orleans, I was like, whoa, a bit surprised. I was also massively surprised by the sheer amount of action that's in this. That I didn't expect at all. Now, there's a touch of the John Wick about this, but that's not a bad thing, because I love John Wick. It's also a very sort of satirical, almost campy, surreal vein, if you like, about this. But I'm liking what I see. So, without any further, procrastination, I'm going to just reach around you guys. Don't get ahead of yourselves. And press play. Now, there are a couple of trailers out there for this. One of them's got a little bit more footage in it, and I hope I've got the right one. But we'll find out in a second. So I'm just going to reach around and press play. So settle back, and let's go in for Renfield.
Sorry to interrupt. Are you okay? I need to get out of a toxic relationship.
And then some.
Why don't you start by telling us what brought you here?
I like this. A crisis council session.
My boss, he's different.
You can't get him out of your head.
No. I need your assistance. I'm coming, Master!
I love the slow build up to the reveal of Nick Cage's Dracula. Oh, it's the full trailer.
Okay.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, what? It's colourful, it's gaudy. You're being introduced to Dracula in little flashes.
A handful of nuns, a bustler, a cheerleader.
And I just want a normal life again.
Tough. Now this raid here reminds me of the film You're Next, where they all wore animal heads.
No.
Right, now here you go. Arm severing. Massive martial arts skills.
Did I watch you cut a guy's arms off with a decorative serving platter?
You did indeed.
Let me explain.
This year.
My boss gave me this power.
Look at all this.
In return,
The
I tend to
Matrix.
his needs, including care, feeding.
You bring in people to eat?
Well, look after your boss.
The guy that gets the villain's Postmates.
But if you were to stop focusing on his needs, what would happen? He won't grow to full power.
Exactly. He won't grow to full power. What? That's so weird. Why would you phrase it like that? But yes. Hi.
And here we go.
Meeting? Well, come on. No.
Come on in. He's invited the vampire in.
The Lord of Death. To most,
It's not Willy Wonka.
Dracula.
It's Nicolas Cage.
A little bit more than just narcissism here.
Now, let's eat.
Let me just Pause that there. So there you go, folks. That's the trailer for Renfield. Now, this is directed by someone called Chris Mackay. Now, I think the only thing I know that he's done before this is, I think it's one of the Lego Batman movies. But it's from an idea by Robert Kirkman. Robert Kirkman, who created The Walking Dead, the comic book itself, and then moved into the TV show afterwards. So he knows a thing or two about the undead. It's clearly satirical, a little bit camp, a little bit spoofy, a little bit all over the show, but I think it looks really cool. I think the action looks great. It's Nicholas Hoult doing massive martial arts, wire fu and stuff like that. You know, drop kicking and severing arms and doing all sorts. But he's going to be the hero of this. I've got a feeling that sort of meeting, that sort of, crisis meeting thing there that he's gone to, might be the start of the movie and not interspersed so much throughout the film. So you get that, although throughout the trailer it's interspersed to introduce Dracula. So I think you've got to get to know Dracula. That will be the finale of the movie, surely. It's going to be Dracula's going to come in fairly soon. You've got Nick Cage, you're going to use Nick Cage. Or you're not. So that's going to be sort of like the start of it. Something will happen. You'll have an action scene, maybe. Then he's going to come running into this thing, this group meeting, group therapy. And then he'll be talking through all of this, all his angst and his problems with his boss, his mentor, this toxic relationship. And then, Renfield, I need you. Renfield, where are you? Don't worry. I'll come and collect you. And then you're going to get the big entrance. Probably about 15, 20 minutes into the movie of Dracula. I can't imagine that they've got Dracula only for the finale. Nick Cage, it's going to be throughout the movie as well. But I'm liking what I see. Nick Cage is a huge fan of Dracula. So he says. No, I believe him. And he said in preparation for this, he watched every other iteration of people playing Dracula on the screen. So you're talking Bela Lugosi, you're talking Frank Langella, you're talking Christopher Lee, you're talking Udo Kier, you're talking Leslie Nielsen, and George Hamilton. And that Welsh guy who's took to singing, you know who I mean, Luke Evans. And there's many more, let's be honest. But Nick Cage will bring something a little bit different. Oh, I missed someone out as well. Oh God, it's in Dario Argento's Dracula 3D. Oh no, who was it who played Dracula in that? Oh, who fucking cares? The film's absolute garbage. So I've missed one out, major one. Gary Oldman, the brooding intensity of Gary Oldman for Bram Stoker's Dracula. Now it would appear that Nick Cage has just, well, I've watched all those and fucked them all off. I'm doing my own thing because I'm Nick Cage and I can do whatever the hell I want. And yeah, he can. Now, his look in all the sort of pre-trailer imagery that came out, I was like, oh, really? The sort of the red velvet smoking jacket and the slick back Bela Lugosi hair and the black lipstick and the black eyeliner and all. I was like, oh, what? And the pasty face. Really? Is that what we're going for here? But it works, doesn't it? It works. But, he's got his cane, he's got his top hat, he's all his Transylvanian finery in modern day New Orleans. And I think it works, especially when he smiles, yeah, it's feeding time or whatever the hell he says there. And his lips curl back. And you've got not just the incisors as being the fangs. Oh, sorry, the canines being the fangs. But they're all fangs, it's just the canines are slightly more pronounced. But every other tooth is filed down to a point. I like that. It's clearly gory as well. You saw that smoke going into the air, the diabolical smoke, the satanic steam of Dracula's breath, I presume, going into the mouth of the priest, and then him going, and then exploding everywhere. You've got Nicholas Hoult Renfield severing arms and taking people out, and then obviously the big raid, and proving that he's got abilities of his own. Now, he also forms an attachment to a traffic cop, and you saw her in that. Now, I've forgotten her name, but it's Aquafina, Arachnophobia, Wakabot. I don't know. It's a weird, silly name. And she is a Asian American who, looking on forums, is getting a lot of hate. Always gets you goat, that, doesn't it? I mean, I don't know if it's justified or not. I presume not. But I've seen a lot of people on very different forums talking about this trailer and going, oh my God, that's the one thing I don't like about this trailer, that she's going to be in it. Hopefully she hasn't got too big a role. I've got a feeling, looking at that she has got quite a role to play. But I can't say that, I don't like it, or I don't even know what she's done. And I did Google it, but I Googled it the other day and I've since forgotten everything that I saw. But nothing stood out to me. Nothing that I've seen or been remotely bothered about. So I could be in a minority saying, yeah, okay, let's see what she does. I'm not like against her. I just don't know who she is. Oh, but I know who this is. Cheers, you all. This is so weird, being stuck up in a corner. I know all the proper big time YouTubers can just suddenly flick or edit to full screen me again. But no, I can't. Not with this silly phone. I can't do that. I've only just worked out how to do this, for God's sake. Let's watch it again. Let's do that, shall we? Right, let's just take it back. Don't look up me nostrils. Here we go.
Sorry to interrupt. Are you okay? I need to get out of a toxic relationship.
So he wants out.
Why don't you start by telling us what brought you here?
It's very neon, isn't it? It's very colourful.
My boss, he's different.
You can't get him out of your head.
No.
I need your assistance.
I'm coming, Master!
Oh, you feel like he could destroy you with the snap of his fingers.
It looks quite kinetic, doesn't it?
Need to snap.
Here's the priest. Whoa, goodbye.
Okay.
Uh-huh, that sounds familiar.
That's Faith on a splatter platter.
Renfield,
Look at them teeth.
innocent victims. I want a handful of nuns, a busload of
He wants nuns and cheerleaders.
And I just want to know more.
Who doesn't?
But this modern world is a dangerous place.
See, this is
No.
this is so what I did not expect. Oof! Oh, there's some damage done there. It's pure John Wick.
Didn't you cut a guy's arms off with a decorative serving platter?
Did in the wrist.
I might have done.
Let me explain. My boss gave me this power.
So I think it's also the first time that we've got a Renfield that has powers. You've had Dwight Fry in the original, Todd Browning's Dracula. You've had Tom Waits. You've had the guy that played Kinvig.
Exactly.
That's one for the old timers in the UK. Kinvig.
So weird. Why would you phrase it like that?
Forgot his name though. Real life name.
Hi. Are you here for the meeting? Well, come on.
No, don't invite him in. No.
the Lord of Death. To most, I am Baraka.
Okay, obviously we're dealing with a little bit more.
Does he not look like Martin Landau there? Who of course played Bela Lugosi in Tim Burton's Ed Wood. I'm liking it. Of course, now I'm massively reflected in the screen there. But anyway, folks, Renfield. Yeah, it's about time his story was told, to a new generation. I am way looking forward to that. It looks like fun. That's the major thing I can say about that. It looks like a whole load of fun. Whether you put it in any kind of Dracula, canonical, the legacy Draculas. Whether you want to put it into any of those big mainstream, proper, real, serious Dracula movies, I don't know if you can. But, it looks clearly it's not of that ilk. It's clearly Dracula dead and loving it, love at first bite. It's in that sort of zone, but with ultra violence. And Who knows? Some trailers do fuck around with the tone of a movie and give you the wrong idea. It looks funny. It looks like it's hell-bent on just being splatter and comedy, but references, proper references. The fact that he had to be invited in to that group therapy session and like Renfield's going, no. That's showing a little bit of respect there, isn't it? To the old law. He's got to be in there. And that Renfield's got to procure victims for him as well. So, and whatever powers have been bestowed upon Renfield by his boss, obviously they're imbued by the insects. That's a nice little touch there. So if you've got in, right, if I can shower down on a bug, then I can take you out. I'm liking it, folks. I am. I'm thinking that's going to be incredibly good fun. Trailers are great though. Trailers, as I say, they can give you the wrong idea of a movie. Look, let's look at Halloween Ends. Oh my God. Or rather, let's not look at Halloween Ends. That painted a different picture of the film that we finally got. And the film we finally got was a load of shit. But this, I've got a feeling that it shows a lot more. There's a bigger, broader scope to that trailer and what you might see. That therapy session, folks, that's not going to be like chapterized throughout the movie. You watch as it probably is now. But I reckon that's the first sort of segment, the first act of the movie is the therapy session. Dracula's not going to make a grand appearance out only at the end. I've been wrong before, though. I've been wrong before. Cheers again. To regular viewers, these little segments of me sitting in the corner, they're not, this is not going to be the norm. But I wanted to do this trailer and Evil Dead Rise, which I did, and there might be a few others, but there'll be the proper big videos. Don't worry, they're on the way. They shall be done. I'm loving this. My hands look absolutely fucking huge. Look at them. I will take you all, and fondle beyond your possible wildest imaginations. Ooh, diggly. So yeah, anyway, that's Renfield. Let me know below what you think. Do you think it looks good? Do you think it looks stupid? Is it too campy? Is Nick Cage going to be actually probably the more serious element? Could be. We're all expecting him to be the big, daft, flamboyant Nick Cage in the face. Alpacas! But he might actually be the serious, horrific element. You just don't know. This is the thing about trailers. They paint a picture in a small snapshot. Some trailers show a scene. Some trailers just have footage which is not going to be in the movie. It's just made for the trailer. I can't say that about this. I do not know. But some trailers give you pretty much everything. They give you the beginning, the middle, the end, and lots of bits in between as well. And so you've seen the entire fucking movie just condensed, just concertinaed. I think there's a hell of a lot we're not seeing from this. Who are these people that broke into the restaurant that he's in? Who are the people he's fighting elsewhere? What's going on? Where is Dracula living? Well, I say living. I mean that, in a sort of broad context. And how is Renfield procuring all these victims? What's he doing? Why is he pissed off? How did he end up in New Orleans? I think you're going to get a lot more to this than what met your eye in that trailer. Anyway, I have been over Shabby Kilt-Man. I am today wearing the Ramsey blue. Oh, aye, there it is. The Ramsey blue. In fact, I'm all in blue today. It's a very blue day. Should be a Monday, but it's not. It's a Saturday. And Saturday should be a riot of colours and fun and energy and zest. That'll come. Folks, in the meantime, in this ever blood-drenched, CGI, eye-changing, teeth and fang enlarging in between time, please keep it chaotic, and I'm going to see you all, hopefully full screen. Renfield. Here's some bugs.